Hello, hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Sure. Oops, pasting. We'll get started in just a second. If you're watching the recording, note that these streams happen on a regular basis. So you can join in on Zoom and participate, ask your questions live. We would love to see you here. The link is always posted into the message chat box on YouTube. We also take some questions in that box but we prioritize questions on Zoom first, especially questions that people ask aloud. So hop on and ask your questions if you'd like. Um, Ideally, these are questions that can benefit everyone. Oh, what's going on? So also, if you go to the website Dante Starshine, take a look, pop your email here. You will get updated when these sessions are happening. It's always shifting and changing. Right now, we have the Wednesday time slot open on a weekly basis. And as I shift and move through the world, maybe it changes as well. And here there's also lots of good stuff you can check out. How to book a session, the channeling course, different readings, and the channeled book. A new book is coming out soon. Also, if you feel to support these sessions by offering a donation, really helps covering the cost of Zoom and supporting the time and energy that goes into this. Really appreciate everyone's support. And with the book coming out so soon, I'm super excited. The best thing you can do is let other people know about this. It's going to be a very exciting launch that I can't wait to bring everyone on April 30th. So just less than a week. I'm still dealing with a lot to get it all ready. I can't wait to get it to you. So stay tuned for that. And let's dive into the stream then. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, the last thing that I need to always say is when you're not speaking, make sure you're muted. But I think we're good. Hello, and we say a fantastic day to all of you at this moment of your time. We at the Pleiadian Council, we thank you for allowing this transmission to take place, for being present with us at this moment. Today, we would like to share about the way of the heart and how listening to your heart allows you to experience the deepest spiritual connection that's possible, as well as find true love, happiness, and joy in all that you do. This is something we share all of the time. And this is the essence of the message we wish to bring to your world. Because as you allow yourself to be guided by this greater force of love that exists within you, your entire lives will change and your entire world will change. And the materials we will bring you very soon have everything to do with this. There are sometimes obstacles to bringing you to follow the way of the heart that all come from your conditioning, which you have learned with your mind. You have learned to not fully trust your feelings and the core guiding principle of love. You have come to dismiss these dreams and wishes as unrealistic. Or perhaps you have experienced failures or rejections in the past, yet all of these experiences mean nothing in the present when you come to recognize that love is your essence and is here within you in all moments. Every experience that challenged you was a lesson on your journey. And by reframing why it happened, you can bring yourself in this moment to let this love redirect you. The way of the heart is acting on what you feel the most love about in each moment to the best of your ability without insisting on an outcome. Instead, many people consider that they have to follow this and that step, follow this and that teaching outside of them, when really everybody's spiritual path is absolutely unique and is guided by that core energy in your heart. The way of the heart manifests from the smallest choices to the biggest ones. When you make choosing what ignites your heart second nature, this path will naturally open for you. When you have any decisions before you, do you choose what your mind tells you you must do? Or do you choose what allows you to move into that state of love and openness? The more you live through that heart open state, the more you will find yourself entering into a flow. The more effortlessly things will seem to happen. The more your energy will resonate with others who share that same love, that same depth. When you decide to focus on what you uniquely love, you will be naturally drawn to meet those who share those interests and values. And it is in the depth of connection with others that your heart opens the most. Your heart connects you with other beings and with the source. Because again, the source is that oneness of all. When you feel love for another being, you're essentially recognizing, I am one with this other being. Your mind doesn't conceive of that right away, but that feeling of almost wanting to dissolve into or merge into another is a clear message, a clear reveal of the essential oneness of all beings. When you are guided to connect with others, your heart feels expanded, feels this joy. And now in the world today, in your modern societies, so many of you have chosen to live alone, to consider yourselves as independent. You've accepted conditioning that tells you to reach for the material, but not for love. And we're not saying to deny that you live in a material world and you need to have more than enough of the resources to survive. The truth is that the modern way goes against the natural truth of interconnection. It brings you to compete rather than collaborate. And in order for a different world to be a reality, you have to first choose to enter into that space of collaboration yourself. Where do you find community, family, joy? many people don't experience the ability to connect in the deep ways, in the meaningful ways about their core interests and spiritual drives with their blood family. Yet they can find their own soul family by listening to the heart and letting the heart guide. This new sense of coming together is what will bring about a very different world. You have to allow for this love-based approach to undo the trap of the mind-based approach that keeps you in fear and keeps you in struggle and keeps you in comparison. So there are many deep teachings that we are excited to share with you about specific ways to let your heart guide you, specific ways to snap out of the beliefs and stories that keep you disconnected from your heart. For now, we are just introducing this message, and we would like to now continue with your questions, your comments, your musings, any stories you would like to share as well. We are open to it, and we are excited to connect. So you may begin now if you would like.
Okay, I'll go ahead and ask a question, Council. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was really great. It reminded me a little bit about the how. I know you said that you're just kind of starting with these teachings on how to clear those obstacles, right? And I do believe that our newer generations are coming in with the ability to clear those obstacles a lot faster. But for those of us that are have just been living with a lot of this, what do you think I could do to help clear those obstacles that I have to seeing everything through love and eliminating all that fear?
Well, the most important thing is to choose to do what you love in the moment. And the more you habitually, or the more you rather begin a new habit of letting love guide the choices you make, the easier it will be to snap out of the loop. When you encounter something that holds you back, identify what thought is at the core of this. What belief makes me feel as if I can't simply choose what I love the most? Have you recognized some of these core beliefs?
I think so. Yeah, just mostly that it maybe that it doesn't matter, or that it's not going to help, something like that. Yeah.
Well, then you have to recognize that the help is the elevation of your frequency. And when you elevate your frequency, you come into a state of openness. The stress relieves from your body. You feel connected. You feel inspired. You feel excited. And this deep change of your being allows you to direct your energy in all areas of your life in a clear way. It allows you to show up with more clarity, more honesty, more grace in your presence. Is that not a reason why it's worth it?
No, it absolutely, it's worth it. Thank you. No, that helps. Yeah.
Yes. Remember, everything is about the change in your own frequency. And the change in your frequency precedes the change in the outer reality. You have to prioritize attuning your frequency in the right way so that all of these outer changes can follow. the conditioning is to work for results, and then you hope that those results will bring to bring you to change your frequency. Though oftentimes in an insistent pursuit of results, you can create a greater degree of stress by your pushing against reality. And so it's okay to hope for results and work towards them, though the satisfaction, the elevation in your frequency only becomes lasting when you choose the path to getting there that is more deeply satisfying. So if you want to go somewhere and there's a quick route through heavy traffic that's dark and unpleasant, or there's a scenic route that brings you to see butterflies and sunshine and the light and beauty of the world, we would say take the scenic route. Because when you arrive, even if it takes you longer, you will find yourself more satisfied, more impressed through that experience in a way that changes your frequency at a fundamental level. And so often people choose the fast way that is not a satisfying way. They intend to do it quicker or get a bigger reward at the cost of their satisfaction in the moment. And this is actually what leads you to feeling drained and constrained. You will naturally feel enthralled by life when you find the way of doing things that's most rewarding for you. And your heart is the greatest indicator of whether or not that's the choice you're making in the moment. As you move through any activity, notice how you feel in the center of your being. Does your heart feel relaxed, open, at ease? Is there a warmth or a joy spreading through your body? Are you able to relax the back of your heart, at your back and your shoulders? Do you feel the weight of your shoulders fully relaxing towards the ground? This is a great sign of a heart open state. And the more you become attuned to how you feel at the core of your being and make choices that create that opening and relaxation in this heart area, the more naturally you will find your experiences change, your relationships change, your core way of being changes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And I really loved the image of how you know, like when you're in that flow and when you're acting on your heart's, true desire and your excitement, that you're feeling you're in that knowing. And I think sometimes probably a lot of us don't take that second or the time to really recognize what we're feeling or what we're, kind of what they talked about earlier. We're just so much in our mind and in this like day to day everything movement that but I really, I resonated with just taking that moment to tune into our emotions and have our heart guide us for those next choices and out of excitement. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes, our thanks to you as well. We're glad you resonate, yes. And we hope this brings lasting change for all who can hear this message. And we would suggest for those who feel especially challenged in integrating this, that taking a somatic or a felt approach is very helpful. And that can mean when you wake up in the morning, bring your hands onto your heart and set the intention. Today, I am going to be more connected to you, my heart, than I've ever been before. And As you make this choice, breathe deeper. As you exhale consciously, let your heart open and let the tension release. Come back to this experience again and again throughout the day, touching your heart, holding your heart. And if you can't touch your heart, at least bring your awareness there. This simple practice can instigate a profound shift when you make it a habit.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks to you as well.
I love all this talk about the heart. May I ask a question or pose a
Yes,
musing?
absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like my heart is more open than other times. Like right now, as I sit here in the sun as it goes down, it feels so good to sit right where I am. I feel my heart is open, and perhaps open more than I was walking around with it earlier during the day. I just found that a bit curious.
Yes, everything is an ebb and flow. And noticing the ebb and flow is important. Before a great expansion, there is often a contraction, just like in the birthing process. And you are rebirthing yourself in every moment. So naturally, you go through phases of expansion and contraction. And sometimes you need to feel a bit of a contraction in your heart space in order to connect with what is there. The moments that you feel a contraction or that you're not as open are nothing to judge. Instead, they are there to question what belief is causing me to close my heart. Sometimes you close your heart because you perceive that love is being withdrawn from the outside. And so, to protect yourself from pain, you close your heart. And this is not a helpful thing to do, but it's not wrong either. It's natural. You can also choose to notice when you feel that contraction and to stay resilient in allowing the heart to be open in spite of it. And sometimes that means allowing yourself to cry, allowing yourself to vent and release the charge of what you're feeling. It might mean shaking your body. It might mean singing it out or turning your feelings into a poetry. Yes, other times your heart may close because the attention has been directed towards an activity that is not as exciting or enjoyable for you. It can be difficult to fully enjoy some of the essential errands that feel more mundane. And this is where the practice of cultivating presence becomes very helpful. Even if you don't enjoy these errands, you can stay present in your body as you do them. You can be aware of the sensations moving through your body. You can be aware of your breath and choose to breathe deeper in spite of the boring energy of the moment. And as you do this, you can stay open and step away from automatic and robotic behaviors. And as you become present, you might even find that you can sing or hum to yourself while you work. You might be able to find that you can dream a great dream, even in mundane moments. You can remember those deeper, more purposeful things that you're truly excited about in the mundane moments. If you can recognize that the simple errands that you don't enjoy are necessary for the entire system of your life to function in the most aligned way, then you can celebrate that in this moment, at least it's great that I'm doing this, I'm getting it out of the way, because without it, this whole joyous unfolding of my life wouldn't be possible, and neither would my greatest dreams. And in doing that, you can celebrate that, yes, even this boring thing is a way for my dream to be realized. And I love my dream, and I can feel the deep reality of my dream at the core of my being in this moment. Taking a step back to what we were saying earlier, yes, your heart may close if you feel love withdrawn from others. Yet, to help all beings be more connected, the authentic expression of your emotions, while you may fear it leads to greater rejection, actually allows you to step into deeper connection, to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to be honest, always leads you to the greatest connection. And if there's some people that can't handle that expression, or they're not open for it in the moment, at least being real allows you to be seen and witnessed. And if perhaps being true to yourself causes some people to take a step away in your life, you are nonetheless creating the space where people who can really receive you and the depths of your being at full capacity can step in.
Wow, far out. That was great. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
thanks to
you.
you as well. Yes.
There is a chat message. Would you like me to find it?
Yes.
Okay. One moment. Um, oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is Taylor.
All right.
Okay. I thought it was to everyone, but yes, okay, it is indeed. You previously talked about anger being a powerful energy that ideally can be transformed into positive action. Is this done through the heart, and any permission slips or ways to make that transformation? Thank you.
Yes. Anger is an emotion of protection. It's an emotion of establishing boundaries. And so when you frame anger in this way, you can understand the purpose of anger. Now, first of all, when you feel angry, you have to question, are my boundaries actually being violated by the situation? Because sometimes when you feel angry, it's actually a projection from an unhealed wound from the past. And this is why, in working with recurring emotions like anger, you need to do some form of review of your past. This could be regression work, this could be inner child work, this could be some sort of other therapy that allows you to get in touch with charges of energy and belief systems that are lingering based on past experience. So, if this emotion of anger is not really grounded in the present and is instead a projection from the past, then become aware of the fear that was beneath that anger. Allow yourself to recognize in this past situation, you were not safe. And so anger came to life so as to help you find that safety. as you release the story and the charge of the past and bring yourself fully into the present to find your power, the tendency to project past pain onto the present will dissolve. And so now, when anger is coming to life in the present, and you know it's actually a violation of boundaries, or it's some sort of behavior that is unkind and limiting you in a way that is unfair, then you have to find a way to work with it. And oftentimes, anger stays stuck as a way of your innate wisdom actually protecting you. Because if anger is expressed in a way that is violent, then you are sabotaging your relationships and sabotaging your attainment of your goals. So instead, you have to find a way to express this anger that is balanced and has no combative qualities within it. So this may mean expressing what you're feeling without pointing the finger of blame. Instead of saying, you have caused me so much pain, you have ruined everything, you have done this and that, speak from a place of ownership of your own experience. You can say, I feel hurt, I feel angry, I feel sad. Detaching the emotions that are alive within you from the external causation, removing, yes, that sense of causation, and instead stepping into this level of ownership. Allow it to become a negotiation. Do it with balance and compassion. Sometimes this means you need to vent out your feelings before you step into the conversation. Perhaps that means taking time to meditate. Perhaps it means moving your body, dancing, exercising, and letting this emotion of anger release through you. Sometimes people benefit from practices that allow you to put the anger in motion. This could mean punching a pillow or screaming into the pillow, though you need to also tone down what you're feeling so that it doesn't hurt you to bring this energy through. These practices we see as a stepping stone, but we don't fully recommend them in the long run. For people who have deeply repressed anger or anger that they cannot express in healthy and collaborative ways, this might be an initial way that you break the seal, so to speak, so that you become comfortable feeling and expressing anger. After doing it for a short period of time, we would suggest that moving the body is more helpful in a way that's healing. And this is best expressed through dance, exercise, taking a walk in nature, going for a swim, and so on. And so this allows for that charge of energy to dissipate so that you can then step into a communication that is truly nonviolent. And of course, sometimes in these deep conversations, anger comes to life. And it's important to then take those practices that you've learned as a way to find balance in the moment. This can mean taking a moment to pause, and you can even say, I need a moment to collect myself. Can we take a moment to breathe together for a moment? Or can I simply walk away for a second so that I can collect myself and come back to this without exploding in anger? And yes, this will be very helpful for you. Though we can also say that sometimes you're not angry at other people, you might be angry with yourself or life. And this is a very interesting thing to work with. What do you perceive is so unjust? Allow yourself to come to see the natural balance of cause and effect, the law of karma. What you put out comes back. In order to let go of this more cosmic anger, you have to recognize that the universe is in a lot of ways actually fair in how things come about. All experiences are the result of energy that was set in motion in the past. And so you may have to do a deep and thorough analysis of what you have done in the past to bring about this present circumstance that you feel angry about. And of course, everything we've said about bringing your release of this energy into your body applies in this situation just as much. As you go through this review, make sure that you have compassion with yourself, forgive yourself, appreciate yourself. You have done the best that you could, yet, and nonetheless, you are always a being that's learning and growing. And there are always lessons that will help you to improve, do things better, and become the next level version of who you are.
Thank you. That was really great. Taylor's question, that was lovely. I have a quick question about like illness and energy. I know that people can, based on their emotions, if they're stressed or if they're feeling fear or maybe even potentially anger, then they can kind of create illness in their body or at least contribute to it. But I am curious about those same people with that energy of maybe fear or negativity, living in maybe a lower vibration, affecting those around them and then perhaps contributing to their illness, like a parent who is really anxious and fearful. Would their energy be able to contribute to an illness of their children, for example, or their pets?
Yes, this is absolutely true because energy moves between people. And so children absorb energy very easily, especially when they are very young. They don't have as much of a sense of being separate from parents. And so they mimic behaviors, they learn through example. This includes both things that parents do, but also things that parents say and feel. So children will become very much like their parents in those early years of life. And especially if parents express these negative or dark emotions towards children, they will absorb them and react to them. And that is why it's important to do a very deep and thorough clearing of your childhood, all of those energies and stories, rewrite the memories, and see how they've shaped who you are while choosing to become something different in spite of it. Animals also absorb this energy just as much as well. This is very true about pets when they create this strong bond with people. Pets conceive of everything as a pack, and so they take on the energy from others in their pack. It's very possible for pets to adopt the anxiety, depression, and other feelings of their owners. And it undeniably happens in almost all circumstances. So it's very important to recognize your animal's behavior as a mirror reflection of your own behavior. Though, of course, when there are multiple people taking care of a pet, of course, everyone has an influence, but the person the pet spends the most time with and is most bonded with will have the strongest influence on their behavior.
Great, thank you. That makes sense. Appreciate it.
Yes. Though we want to say as well, in terms of adult relationships, you might absorb energy from other people, though once you become conscious, it's up to you if you're making that choice or not. By having strong boundaries and learning to honor your body and how you're feeling, you can come to a place where you don't have to take in this energy. Sometimes that might mean stepping away from dynamics that are unkind or abusive. Of course, there is some disagreement and conflict with any relationship, but if you cannot find healthy repairs in your relationship, that might be a sign that this relationship is not very healing for you, and it might be better to find your companionship elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, so thanks to you as well.
There might be some questions on Facebook. I'm taking a look. Would you like me to read them?
Oh, yes, please.
Let's see here. Okay, this is from T, but it's not really T. It looks like potentially Korean or possibly Japanese. Question. What is the identity of the pyramid energy felt in the meditation bronze pyramid? And what are the benefits of sleeping in it? Thank you.
Pyramid energy is a healing force that comes from the geometry and the structure of the pyramid. It creates a vortex of energy that ripples and spirals through its chambers. And this is why pyramids were used by the ancients. They recognized that the pyramid had the power to channel energy and to create a vortex that would allow for their intentions and their prayers and their rituals to be amplified and sometimes to create a healing chamber. The structure of the pyramid is a healing frequency that enhances the natural healing mechanisms of the body. And so meditating or sleeping under a pyramid can be a way to enhance your frequency and to find deeper rest and deeper meditation. If you don't have one of those pyramid structures, recognize that isn't necessarily foundational in order to benefit from pyramid energy. You can visualize the pyramid structure around your body at the beginning of your meditation or as you go to sleep. And this also will have a similar healing effect.
Cool. There is another question.
All right.
From Tado or Tadu.
Yes.
In my dream, I was on the planet Asasani, right next to Bashar. He walked on the sandy ground, drawing a wide converging Fibonacci spiral, and I followed close behind him. When we reached the center of the concentric circles, he started drawing geometric shapes that resembled alien forms. He explained their meanings to me, but I can't remember it. Despite this, being next to him, I felt an immense sense of peace. What does this dream mean? And then they say, thank you.
This dream was your connection with this extraterrestrial intelligence, presenting to you as an affirmation that you are truly connected to consciousness from the Sasani planet, and that all of these beings are accessible to you. The Fibonacci spiral points to the essential connection between all life. This foundational sacred geometry that is present in all life is an indicator that the same patterns are present in all expressions of reality. And therefore, as you become aware of the fundamental patterns, you can synchronize and co-create in a way that is harmonious. It's here to show you the cyclical nature of all things. The geometries, again, represent the unity among different beings. The extraterrestrials were essentially showing you that you are not separate from them or fundamentally different from them, while they live in a very different reality. And their vibration is different from yours in many ways. The core structure of reality is inherent and unchanging. And when you connect to these fundamentals, you are therefore able to connect with all other different beings.
That's beautiful. Would you like to hear another question?
Yes.
This is from Sala, potentially.
All right.
Different script. Is the Oregon energy-based cloud buster really so good at clearing space, especially electromagnetic neutralization? What are the main effects and how can it be used effectively? Thank you.
Yes, it does have some effect. It is a tool that allows for certain energy fields and toxic frequencies to be dissolved. There are many different sorts of these technologies, and all will have a different effect. Play with them and see how it works for you. You will have your own direct experience as you connect with them.
Very good. I believe that's it from Facebook.
Or YouTube.
Well, okay.
We're saying that was YouTube, correct?
Well, I mean, I think it was. I'm not really sure if it was YouTube and Facebook or if it was just YouTube.
We are quite sure we're not on Facebook at this time.
Well, then it must have been YouTube. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any other questions from anyone in Zoom at this time?
I have one quick kind of silly one.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm curious about, I know that Dante is the channel for you all, the Pleiadian Council, and I'm wondering, are there Pleiadians or other extraterrestrials that are perhaps looking for a human channel but aren't able to find them, or are they always able to get their message through when they want?
Well, there are many extraterrestrial beings that are observing and connecting with people without their awareness. And most of these beings will not push. They will attempt to get their attention through little signals, signs, perhaps images and dreams or in visions, perhaps through whispers in their ears. But again, they will not force. There are many beings with soul agreements to meet their extraterrestrial guides or their spirit guides that are not extraterrestrial in nature at specific times. And the timing will play out according to their choice. These soul agreements are present in all of those who choose to channel. And most beings have some soul agreements with spirit guides. Not all will go completely deep into those connections, though many will, especially those who are already drawn to this phenomena of channeling and this idea of connecting with the other side.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was great. Thank you for your channeling today. That was awesome.
Okay, thanks to you as well.
Anybody else want to say anything? I guess we're good.
All right, then we extend our unconditional love and thanks to you for co-creating at this time. It has been a pleasure for us to be able to connect with you in this way, and we thank you. We wish you a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you very soon. All right, thanks everyone for joining today. Yeah, great to have you here. Thanks for your questions in YouTube as well. And hope to catch you again next week. And stay tuned as the book will be launching pretty soon on the 30th. And I'm very excited to get it to you. Still lots to do. Today especially is like the deadline day. So I'm gonna dive into that in a bit, and I can't wait to catch you guys next time. Hope you have a really beautiful day, and see you then.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Yeah. How'd you guys enjoy the transmission?
That was perfect.
Awesome.
You agree? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it was wonderful. Loved it. Thank you. And thanks for all the
Welcome.
answers. Yeah, it was
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.